Oregon State had previous success winning the Rose Bowl with Terry Baker in the 40s, but we didn't have a lot of success in the 80s, in the 70s. So by the 1988 season, when I was a junior at Oregon State, to play Oregon at home after being so close to having a winning season, it became probably the game for us to win. I don't even remember the score. I remember the students tearing down the goalposts. I remember just being very happy with the fact that we did something that some said was going to be impossible. And I was glad to be a part of that team. After I graduated from college in 1990 and had been slated to be a draft pick in the NFL draft, in the 90 draft, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. 2 days of the draft and it didn't happen. I had pretty much walked away from it, had a great job and was really working towards a managerial position. And then I started thinking about football again. It just so happened that at a Gold's Gym, there was a flyer that had open tryouts for the World League of American Football. And the tryouts were in Sacramento, California. And so I decided to drive down to Sacramento to these open tryouts one weekend and put it all on the line. And was fortunate enough to get drafted by the Birmingham Fire. Left the job at P&G and moved to Birmingham, Alabama, where this new professional career began. So I went from 1991 Birmingham Fire to the Philadelphia Eagles at the end of the World League season, beginning of the NFL season. And then Kansas City came calling and was able to stay there from 92 to 98. My Kansas City experience was outstanding. It was awesome. Making the transition from football to academia, for me, it wasn't as difficult because the rigor of it was so intense. And so I was able to match the intensity of going to training camp and playing football with the intensity of studying and preparing for the rigor of exams, of the writing and the research that you have to be able to do in graduate school. Prince of Jockeys, the big book on Isaac Murphy. I absolutely love writing that book. 7 years of research looking for everything I could find on this man who is so significant to horse racing and to American history, but we know very little, or I can say we knew very little about his life and about the world in which he lived and thrived. To look at Isaac Murphy's life, it gives you this demonstration of how and why someone chooses to pursue athletics and to what end. If I don't do this work that I'm doing, who else will do it? I have a unique perspective, and if I don't do it, these stories will never get told.